Shalom, y'all. Hopefully, this will be a short little video, maybe 20 minutes or something. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahuwah in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahusha, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, hopefully, this is my last video about Ruth, man. There's still some people out there that don't get it. They think Ruth was an actual Moabite, but that contradicts the law. Deuteronomy 23 verse 6. You ain't supposed to seek no prosperity with Moab, period. No Mr. Nice Guy, none of that. Go read the law. All right, first we're gonna start with Ruth chapter 1, because people confuse the basics. Hopefully I could bring this out. If he let me. Let me see. All right. Ruth chapter 1 verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons. Okay. So that was during the time when the judges ruled, which means they already was inhabiting that land that's called the country of Moab, which is actually in Reuben's land. And they had already been there for like over 300 years. It wasn't nobody else. And before them, it was Amorites. It wasn't even no Moabites there because of the war that King Sihon and Og did against the king of Moab. And they took half the land of Moab from the Arnon River south all the way to Edom. That was Moab land. Everything north of the Arnon was the Amorites' land, because they took that over. And then we took it from them before we crossed the Jordan and went west to Jerusalem. But anyway, so the place where Elimelech took his family was the land of Reuben. You got to understand that, or you're going to misunderstand the whole book of Ruth. The place where Elimelech took his wife and his two sons was the Reubenites' land. That's the country of Moab. And right north of the Reubenites' land is the half tribe of Manasseh. And north of them is the tribe of Gad. And all of that area is called Gilead. Okay, so this is what happened, man. It was a famine in Judah, and Elimelech went to go sojourn. You can't sojourn in the actual land of Moab, because they're going to fight you, because they didn't like us, and we didn't like them. So when you see sojourn, you're supposed to already know they're going to another tribe land. You're supposed to already know that. So Elimelech took his family to go sojourn amongst the Reubenites. So all the history that you need to understand about where they was at, you could read Judges 11:26. Let's go get that one. Judges 11:26. Judges 11:26. While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aroer, in her towns and in all the cities that belong to the coast of Arnon 300 years. Why, therefore, did you not recover them at that time? Now, this is the account of Jephthah, the Gileadite. You know what I'm saying? He was from the tribe of Manasseh. So, what had happened was, after we settled in the land, they was worshiping other gods and stuff. It wasn't no king in Israel. They was doing whatever they wanted. So the Ammonites came to make war because they wanted their land back. But they tried to say we took it from them. But Jephthah was telling them, we didn't take your land. The Amorites took your land, and we took it from the Amorites. And he said, we've been here 300 years. Why y'all didn't come for 300 years? Why you trying to come now? And they smote them and they won and all of that, subdued them, and it was over with. It was cookies. Anyway, let me get back to why Ruth was a Moabite. So that land was called, where that one at? That ain't it. That's Joshua 13, I think. Let me see. Let me go there real quick. Joshua 13. It's 13. Bear with me, bear with me. Oh, I'm gonna just get another precept. I'll find it in a minute. That's Numbers 21:19. Let's go back. Numbers 21:19. It's just to prove that Elimelech took his family to Reuben's land. All right, it's Numbers 21:19. And from Mattanah to Nahalil, and from Nahalil to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley, that is the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looks towards Jeshimon. Now that's where Moses died. This is Deuteronomy 34:1. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And Yahuwah showed him all the land of Gilead to Dan. So that's letting you know that the plains of Moab is synonymous with the country of Moab. It's the same place, and that's in Reuben's land. So they called her a Moabitess because of Deuteronomy 19:14, which tell you not to move a landmark. So when they was calling her a Moabitess, everybody knew the history and they knew she was from Reuben's land. And that's why they was treating her like a like family. That's why they was calling her. That's why Naomi said our kindred, our kinsmen, and all of that in chapter 3 and chapter 4. That's why Boaz woke up and he didn't put her to death, you feel me? Because it is no looking for no prosperity for no Moabite, period. It's in the law. It don't matter if it's a woman or a man. So when he seen her, He was like, all right, I'll do the brother-in-law. I'll do the thing, raise up the dead, because he knew she was an Israelite. That's why he said, yes, I am your kinsman, but it's another kinsman closer than me. She called him a near kinsman. So the country of Moab, where Elimelech took his family, in Ruth 1 verse 1, that's Reuben's land. It wasn't the actual land of Moab. They already lost that in war. All right, we already, that's already established. There's another precept that tell you that the country of Moab, the country of Moab was given to the Reubenites. It just escaped me real quick, and I don't want to take too much time looking for it because I'm already 11 minutes in, and I only got 24 minutes of space for my camera turn off. So I'm pressed short for time, so I'm just keep going with Ruth. So we already established that they went to another Israelite tribe's land to sojourn. In the country of Moab, just like it say in Ruth 1 verse 1 and verse 2. Now in Ruth 2 verse 1, it says, and Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. Yes, verse 2 says, and Ruth the Moabitess said, but you got to understand the law and all the history while you're reading this. It wasn't no Moabites in the country of Moab for over 300 years, man. And before, after that, it was Amorites. So before the Israelites went there, it was Amorites. And when Israel went through that land, they killed everybody. They killed everybody. The women, children, everything. They didn't leave none remaining. And then the Reubenites went in and took the land. Before Israel crossed the Jordan, Moses gave it to him. Or Joshua, he gave them that land. He gave the Reubenites that land, and he gave Manasseh that land, and he gave Gad that land. I mean, the half tribe of Manasseh, and then Gad they land. But he told them, y'all still got to go across the Jordan and fight with your brothers. Ruth was a Moabite. All right, so this Ruth 3 verse 1. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, unto her, said to her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for you, that it may be well with you? So that's in violation of the law right there. If she was an actual Moabite, that's violating Deuteronomy 23 verse 6. Seek not their peace forever. So helping her, if she was a Moabite and her sons had already died, she would be heaping sin upon sin, trying to bring her back to Judah and have her marry somebody from Judah when her sons already died. So Ruth 3 verse 2, it says, and now is not Boaz of our kindred. It says our kindred. That's a possessive. Ours. Just like when Matthew says, you gonna have a son and he shall save his people. That's possessive. She said, our kindred, with whose maidens you was. Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. So they was having, it was one of them feast times. And she told her how to get him, what to do, and she went and did it. And that's verse 8. Ruth 3, verse 8. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. Verse 9, he said, who are you? And she answered, I am Ruth, your handmaid. Spread therefore your skirt over your handmaid, for you are a near kinsman. So what she said is, do the law to me. That's what she meant when she said, spread your skirt over me. Do the law for me. And raise up seed for your brother. You know, do the brother-in-law. She said, for you are near kinsmen. So she couldn't have told him you are near kinsman unless she was a blood relative. That's what kinsman mean. Blood relative. Ain't no getting around it. If you're trying to get around that, you're just being wicked. I already told you, there wasn't no Moabites in that part of Reuben's land for over 300 years. The Moabites was south of the Arnon River. They was north in Reuben's land. And when they was going over there, Yahuwah told them, don't try to take the Moabites' land, because I'm not going to give it to you, because I gave it to the children of Lot for an inheritance. So they wasn't even supposed to be over there. That's why they took it from the Amorites. So he gonna do the brother-in-law covenant with her, but he gonna transgress the other law in Deuteronomy 23, verse 6, that say, seek not the peace of Moab or Moabite forever. Come on now. That's conflict in scripture, man. The scripture don't contradict itself. Scripture can't be broken, man. If it's something wrong, scripture gonna tell you. Just like it tell you Solomon sinned when he messed with Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites. Yeah, let's just bring that one out, because I know they got that doctrine out there that say only them 7 Canaanite tribes was forbidden. Yeah, that's off. That's off. Let's get this 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Yahuwah said to the children of Israel, you shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in to you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave to these in love. So it's a sin to even be with Moabite women. Even if you just finna sleep with them, you ain't even gotta marry them. It says don't go into them. That's the sidebar say Exodus 34:11. 34:16. Let's see what that law is. I'm curious. I got like less than 5 more minutes. I'm gonna try to wrap it up. It's 34:16. Or just say, and you take of their daughters unto your sons, and their daughters go whoring after their gods, and make your sons go whoring after their gods. Yeah, you ain't supposed to make no covenants with the inhabitants of the land. Period. So this is like another one of my videos about Ruth. So I'm gonna try to tie it in with the other ones, but is no denying it. You can't. Ruth was not a actual blood descendant of Moab. She was only called a Moabitess because of she was from the country of Moab in Reuben's land. That's just how they was. And you could go check all the history in Judges 11, Numbers 21, Numbers 26, Deuteronomy 34:1, Deuteronomy 3 verse 12, Deuteronomy chapter 2 through chapter 3, Joshua 13. That's basically it. That's all the history. That's all you need right there. And knowing the law. So with that, I'm going to close out. Say all praises to Yahuwah in the name of his only begotten son, Yahusha. I know the truth, and I'm going to keep learning it for the rest of my life. Shalom.